r/askreddit. How do guys feel about girls making the first move? That would be a huge confidence boost, regardless if I'm interested in the girl or not. I think most dudes aren't too experienced with being approached, so awkwardness might ensue. Even if I wasn't initially attracted to her, I'd probably become way more interested if she came up to me and made the first move. So ladies, shoot your shot. If nothing else, you get the satisfaction of knowing you made some guy's day, even if a date didn't come from it. That's my weakness tbh. Even if I've never thought about the girl before, once I get some attention from her, I get interested real quick. My girlfriend was actually the one who made the first move. We've been together for 3 years. I don't see any problem with girls doing the first move. Last week, I had a girl that I was on a first date with initiate the first kiss. I'm usually a hug first date, kiss second date type of guy, so this blew me away. In short, yes X1000. Legit, my first GF initiated our dating and planned the first date as well as the first kiss. I wasn't interested in her beforehand, but I fell for her pretty quickly after that. I married a girl who made the first move. Does that answer your question? Me and my wife are middle school sweethearts. Been together for 16 years soon. She made the first move because I was an awkward idiot. Thankful for that at least. Literally every guy in this thread will be very happy for you to make the first move. I think most guys would like it. Men, in general, rarely get compliments. For a girl to make the first move on them is probably the best compliment they could ever have. Edit, my thanks for the awards. Indeed, they too are great compliments. Girls who can initiate are so much hotter than ones who can't and wait for the guy to make a move. I 110% agree with this statement. I think the guys have to make the first move thing is kinda stupid honestly, and is only fueled by the media. And heck guys, this us 2019. Men are so deprived for genuine compliments of any sort that one will just make us up and freaking melt for a girl. Last 2 women I dated both made the first move, not out of shyness on my part, but just not wanting to be overly forward. Gonna marry this one, and every so often she'll tease me about how she had to kiss me first, etc. In the end I couldn't care less. It's all about that end result, not who gets the ball rolling. Dating a girl who can move, that'd be a first. I think it should be a balance. Whoever wants to make the first move does so. No obligation, no preconceptions. But how do you know it's okay to make the first move? I would actually prefer it. I'm bad at seeing if women like me or not, and I'm incredibly awkward when asking them out. I literally told my now boyfriend that I'd want to date him. I saw that he had feelings for me just by the way he looked at me, and still he was surprised when I kissed him, even though it was obvious that's exactly what he wanted in that moment. My point, as long as you guys drop subtle hints about it, and your girl isn't completely oblivious to signals, then why not let her make the first move? That way it doesn't get awkward either if she never reciprocates your feelings. I yearn for true gender equality. Every man is entirely okay with this, as long as it follows usual rules of conduct. Putting a hand on a shoulder and offering to go back to your place safe. Grabbing by the crotch and offering to go back to your place, probably not safe. Leaving your number on the receipt for that cute waiter, safe. Publicly hitting on your waiter in a way that he can't turn down without seeming like a bad waiter, not safe. Depending on the guy, a large part of asking a girl out is just trying to figure out if it's mutual. A girl stepping up and taking the goose walk out for us would be a godsend. Do it. If he is talking to you or approaches you, then assume there's interest. If he keeps talking to you or it doesn't immediately hurry away, then there's definitely interest. Most guys prefer it. The danger of getting it wrong for a guy is much more severe than it is for a girl. You ask a girl out or take incentive as a guy, and you run the risk of being called a creep, getting accused of sexual misconduct, harassment, and more. You don't know if she is laughing at your jokes and being friendly because she likes you, or because she is just being polite or platonic. Because of this, there is monumental risk for any guy to take the initiative, and yet men are expected to. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. In one breath people are telling you to stop bothering women and stop with unwanted attention, and in the other breath they're saying, be a man and take initiative. But whether or not you are being a creep giving unwanted attention or a real man taking initiative is largely beyond your control. That's all based on her reaction. When you simply inquire, if a girl makes the move, there is now zero question of whether or not she is into you. The worst you're going to get is a very flattered guy who declines. Guys typically have zero idea who is actually into them or not. Women usually work off signals, and again, it is impossible to tell for sure if you are reading them correctly. The only safe move is to just not make one at that point. A girl making the move immediately gets rid of all guesswork and stress. In this day and age, it's preferred. We are so conditioned to ignore anything that might be an advance in fear of being called out / insulted / in trouble. Plus we are just dense to begin with. Sounds like rough stock. I know personally, if any girl gave me any hint that they were interested in me, I'd feel flattered, and I definitely wouldn't be harsh. It takes a lot to make the first move, and it's always nerve-wracking. Seems pretty rude interest especially, even if some guys might be uncomfortable with the girl making the first move. So many guys are so attention-starved that someone just coming out and saying they're interested is huge. Make it. Please, for the love of God. Exactly. Pretty much everybody likes the idea of being wanted. Of course guys also like this. I had a gay guy try to pick me up in Barnes and Noble once. I promise you, that was a far greater compliment to me than any girl ever trying to get a date. Hell, I'm now married and still tell that story. I walks out of that bookstore thinking, damn right, if I were on the other team I'm still desirable. A girl complimented my hat 2 weeks ago, and I haven't stopped thinking about it since. I think 9/10 guys love when a girl makes the first move. My shy ass would appreciate it. I would think I was being scammed or tricked or something, cause it would be too good to be true. And my brain secretly doesn't believe I deserve good things. I feel you, brother. Yes, it's awesome. The problem is most girls making the first move come on way too strong. I just get the feeling we belong together is the female pickup line equivalent of I want to make you into a skinsuit. She'd been my sister's friend since our equivalent of high school. We got along well, but I hadn't really picked up clear signs that she was interested, and I was shy, so nothing really happened, and we eventually moved to different cities to study. Back then we used to always spend New Year's at my parents' house, and many of my sister's friends came there as well, including that friend. It wasn't really a party, but more of a friendly get-together kind of thing. A few weeks after the party, my sister's friend called me. She said she'd gotten the feeling that I might be interested in her, and asked me if I was. At this point I totally froze. Was she asking because she was also interested, or because she was planning to let me down gently? After a long pause I managed to answer, maybe. After that the discussion then went to some other topic. Once the call ended I began thinking about the call. I finally came to the conclusion that she wouldn't have called if she wasn't interested, or even if I was wrong it was worth the risk. So I wrote her an email that basically said no, not maybe, yes, I'm interested, and then added the Latin phrase for a letter does not blush, and it was good thing I had written that email. Based on the call she had interpreted my maybe as me not being interested. But after the email she had looked up the Latin phrase and concluded that yes, I was interested. We had been chatting with each other randomly through ICQ, so she sent me a message there and we agreed to meet the following weekend. At this point she knew I was into her, but as she hadn't actually mentioned my email at all I was still not 100% sure she was into me. We met at my place and began watching a movie. I remember placing my hand next to her and remember how she then moved her hand right next to mine. At that point I finally concluded that okay, she's actually into me too. After the movie there was a hug and a kiss. We've been married for 14 years now. Had she not called me back then we would have never even dated. Yes. Or 1,000 times yes. Yes. I don't know of other ways to word this. Yes. Guys love when girls take initiative. Yes. Also, you would know the same a guy does, mostly not at all. Try look for signals. But signals are hard to read, easy to misread. So just do it. Just go for gold. Don't be afraid of rejection. Nothing is won without entering. Get that boy. How would you feel if your crush makes the first move? Put it in the comments below.